what's happening on that front in terms of horse people? That's what, of course, they want to know. We wouldn't have all the answers here today, but in terms of what is being worked on currently in order to try and help them, I know there's a new task force that has been put together, and maybe what you could tell us about that at this point.
Sure. Well, it's clearly preliminary in its but it needs to move quickly in terms of the health of this industry. And I think, again, I'm speaking to an audience that generally is in the industry and realizes the difficult situation that many horse people are in, and it's devastating, what we're going through and the people employed in the industry. And so even before the decision was made last Thursday to suspend live racing at Mohawk, I had talked to Jean Major of the AGCO on the Wednesday, because there's certainly a tie into the AGCO in terms of management of this, and had spoken to the OLG, and at that stage, and it didn't affect the decision, but I wanted them to know that this was that the hardships with the suspension of live racing were coming, and they're going to come quickly. So we immediately formed a task force of a good representation across the industry, horsemen's groups from both breeds, and also Bob Broadstock from the quarter horse. We've got a good representation on there, effectively between Woodbine Entertainment and Ontario Racing, and it's a good group that understands this industry, understands the challenge, and meetings started Friday. There clearly are some practical issues that they're going to get over, but the idea generally, we hope, is to look at the initial one would be to look at the sources of possible funding, which would be the purse funding under the government funding agreement, looking at potentially the HIP monies, potentially the capital plans, and looking at possible pools of funding for this, and working with some sort of relief fund that can help horse people out in this very desperate time. And the focus right now, of course, is on the standard bred situation, but this is why we have representation from all three breeds on that task force, because we need to be contemplating all of this for all of these people, and we will do so. And the difficult part is just to make sure and ensure, at least this is my own view, that people at all different levels of this industry are looked after, and that's going to be the challenge. And hopefully we'll be able to make sure that people who need the money the most, and including horse care, are helped through this difficult time, because I mentioned earlier that we have to figure out how we can get this industry to rebound, and we're all concerned about our ability to rebound, and it's going to help if we can have some funding for people in the interim. It's going to give us a better chance to have this industry rebound whenever that will be. So people went away on the weekend. I believe that task force is meeting again tomorrow, and they're coming back with ideas on what the structure could look like. And then certainly we believe the government would and should be supportive, given what's at stake here.